Fig and Fruit Nursery and Orchard. This is Troy, and we're out in the greenhouse today. Today is May 26th, and we are going to go back and overlook this project here again of rooting all these hardy Chicago figs in these little bitty containers. As you can see, we got quite a few that rooted. We done Hormadin 1, Hormadin 2, Hormadin 3, Dip and Grow, and then none. And then along the back side here, this back row right here, all had none. And as you can see, that didn't fare well at all, because most of those look like they all died. While there is a few over here that these two rows here are rooting hormone or no rooting hormone. There's a couple of them that's took, but let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Looks like only about 7 out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 out of 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Out of 28, it only looks like maybe 7 or 8 even took that we didn't use the hormone on. And we'll get into what the numbers is on these others here as we open them up. Well, since we can't see, we're gonna have to cut the plastic off of it. I started pulling some of the plastic off, got ahead of myself, just reaching and pulling it off. This stuff's pretty thin. Well, let's cut this off of here, and we'll kind of get these out, lay them out, and look at them and see what each of them look like. All right, so I got all the Hormadin 1s out of there. We're gonna have a look at them, kinda. That ain't showing no roots out the bottom. I'll tell you, one of the things about this is they tend to, they will dry out on you, and you're gonna have to bottom water. Just all there is to it, you're gonna have to bottom water. But look, that is the, sometimes that's the result. So I do kind of like this system if you want to root a whole bunch of like hardy Chicagos, one variety where you can kind of, and it wouldn't be a problem to root lots of different varieties down and just put a label on them. So I don't know. I'll probably definitely do another round of some type of hardy Chicago Mt.enta variety. But not all of them have roots hanging out of them, as you can see. And there's a couple in here that some of them are just kind of maybe trying to start, while others, you know, they've been drinking out of the reservoir in the bottom, and they got roots growing out of them. Looking to see how many we got here that has definitely died. There's 3. Everything else, we'll go ahead and say that one's dead. It doesn't show any sign of green. So there was 18 there. So 4 of the 18 didn't make it. We'll say these other 14 are at least trying to root. I don't know how much root. We'll get to popping these out here in just a minute. It's not real hard to get them out of the plastic. You can just pretty much, you don't need to cut it. You can just take it, pull it apart like that. Pull your tree out. And it's even growing roots out the top. I think this is going to make it, I don't know, it may make it harder and it may make it easier to get them out. We'll see. There's one that didn't make it. This unit holds 98 cuttings. It's like 4 there. 2 of them don't look bad, but they're not showing no signs of life. By now, they ought to, you know, be growing. I ought to be able to see some roots here at this point. These things have been in here for, boy, I don't even know. I'd have to go look it up. Probably in the ballpark of 8 weeks. All right. There's all the Hormadin 2s. Out of 18, we got, I'm going to say 4 dead. That's the 4 that ain't done nothing. These 2 are definitely dead. These look like they might still be alive, but to me, if they ain't rooted by now, they probably are not going to. I've got some at the house that have had them in fig pops for going on a good 4.5 months, and they're not, I think they're not going to do anything, but you scratch them, they still look a little green. And once in a while I'll get one that all of a sudden it'll start growing a little green, but I'll tell you, I don't think those are, those trees that are like that take longer to root or whatever, I don't think they're strong enough to even keep for a tree. I think you should just say, hey, if you're not going to make it in 12 weeks, 14 weeks, whatever, even if they still scratch green, I kind of give up on them. But now I do have a lot of cuttings. I don't really see anything wrong with 2 of these. At all. I mean, it's scratching green. It's got a little rot right at the very bottom. Person might hey, what we'll do, we got some pots down there already set up. We'll just, yeah, that's no good. So you got to trim it all the way up to there. That looks okay. I'd say that's no good. Nope. Trim it up to there. That might be okay. You might get that to root. Couple 2-node cuttings. We'll try them. See what they do. All right, that's the Hormadin 2. Let's see what Hormadin 3 does. Move these over. All right, Hormadin 3. Dead. We'll just lay it aside. Get to start off with a couple of dead ones. There's a good one. Ain't got no roots growing out the bottom of them, but I'd say they got some. There's another dead one. And there's another dead one. And another dead one. And another dead one. Oh, boy. Those numbers don't look good for Hormadin 3. Woo! They don't have near as much root growth as Hormadin 2 did, that's for sure. That one there, it come up from the bottom. All right, that's it for Hormadin 3. Looks like it had 3, 6, 7 cuttings that failed out of 18. Yeah, Hormadin 3 didn't strike out, didn't do very good, did it? Right now, it's pretty clear Hormadin 1 and 2 seems to kind of be the pack. All those cuttings look completely dead. And you can see this whole back row here of hormones, and none of these are took. They're all dead. All right, so here we're going to go. Let's move our Hormadin 3s over here out of the way. They don't take up as much room, do they? All right, now let's look at our dip and grow. It does have a good way for you to I really like this bottom water, and if you pay attention and don't get a lot of water in it, but keep it just kind of where it's moist. There's 2 dead ones. Just keep it kind of moist. Keep water in there so it kind of keeps it humid. Fig trees seem to do good in it like that. We're going to find out how hard they are to get out here in a minute. 3 dead ones from dip and grow. 4 dead ones from dip and grow. 5. And there's another dead one. All right, that is it for the dip and grow. Let's see what we got here. It also has 7 failures. All look pretty much dead. I don't see anything about them that looks good. At least they're not hard to get out when they're dead like that. I'll say even with them drying out, you can just put a little water down in there and it sucks it right up there like a wick now. That's a good thing. All right, so now we're going to get out the ones that have no hormone on them. The others, there was 18 of each of the other. With this one here, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2 rows of those is 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 26 cuttings of no hormone. Got some growth on it. And another one. Yep, there's a dead one. We'll just set it over there. There's a nice one. Got some decent roots on it. There's one starting to grow maybe. There's another one with a little bit of bud on it. Those 2 look brown and dead. So does that one. And that one. And that one. And there's got a little growth on it. Nope. Yeah. This one's got tape on it. I chose to do this down that side. I would just tape them. Try to keep the fungus gnats out of them. I think next time I do it, I won't even worry about it. Dead. 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 There ain't no point in even going down through here. The rest of them are dead. So there's a dozen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 19 out of the 28 no rooting hormone. They didn't really make it, and really you take those away and you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the 7 that really ain't even, they're just barely looking like something. And look at the rest of these. Even, look, to me, really, the Hormadin, 1, 2, and 3, you know, look like they got the most growth. And dipping grows right there with, it'd be right there with Hormadin 3, but it don't have near the root structure. Hormadin 2 definitely is the winner on as far as root structure over here. There's a lot more. You can see that it has a lot more root than the rest. One, 2, 3. So, yeah, to me, I'm going to stick with probably 2, because it's repeatedly in trials shows to be higher success rate. Well, let's also, while we're at this now, let's see what these things are going to be like to push out. See what I've done here. I had a oh, that's awful of me, but you know what? I know, I got exactly what I need right here. All right. Nothing like a dead cutting to fix the problem, huh? I think you're gonna need to loosen it up some. And that's what they look like. Let's get another one of these that's got a lot more roots. Let's see what it's like trying to get up through there. Kind of probably need to tap it around, try to loosen it up some. Probably going to tear some roots off of it. I get that, but I mean, it's got enough roots on it that that little bit shouldn't hurt it. We just take that right there. Pretty simple, straightforward. I mixed this stuff up yesterday so that it had plenty of time to get saturated. This is just my general mix. I've switched varieties here because I couldn't get no HP, so this is just what I've been able to get here. Seems to work pretty good. I put my fertilizer, the same thing, it's the same thing I use in my exact same mix that I'm using in my fig pops. I put Grow Big in it, and then I put a larvicide in it just to make sure that something don't go wrong. After this, I won't worry about the larvicide, but I thought since I was transferring out of that, it would be best just to make sure that we don't have no issues. Just do it like that. And with as big as these are, I figured the 4x9 would be ideal for potting up and getting them to grow out. Plus the 4x9 don't take up a lot of room. So there it is, one hardy Chicago. Since we got 96 of them, we're not even going to worry about writing a name on the side. We're just going to put them in a basket, put a tag on the whole basket. That'll be 90, whatever there was left out of that original 98. I'll attach a number when I get them all potted up. All right, so I've done the dip and grows. And actually, I've done the Hormadin once, and I had one in it that did not have any root, or it had a very little root. Just maybe had a couple little small ones, and it had some decent growth on it, but I went ahead and put it in there. But then when I got over here to these ones that didn't have any rooting hormone. These are that way too. But now they're calloused up and they're trying to go on and root. I think I'm just going to stick them back in a bigger pot, and we'll see if these don't go ahead and take hold. Let's see what the rest of these did. I got 3 of these that had decent growth, that was with no hormone, but the rest of these all look like they got the same issue here. Let's get them all pushed out here real quick and just see. No roots. There's just, that's what I was saying. Just like that, that's it. Now this is with no hormone. Well, we don't even have to figure that out, do we? Nope, don't have to figure that one out either, do we? Just falls right out. And it's calloused up nice. And it looks like it's trying to, it's not rotted. I guess I'll go ahead and try to re-stick these down here in some pots that I've already got. And we will see if we can maybe root them. I don't know. We'll just walk right down here and stick them right now. I'm not gonna do anything else to them. Just shove them down in some pots and wish them luck. Maybe they go ahead and grow, and maybe they don't. They're hardy Chicago, so it doesn't really matter. So, I mean, it does. I want to grow a bunch of them, but at the same time, I'm growing so many of them, 300, 400, 500 of them. If I lose a few, it's okay. I'm not going to cry over the spilt milk. So, all right, let's go with these. Start popping some of these out. Move them over to here. I think these are all Hormadin 2s, which I've already done a couple. Oh yeah, see, that's nice. And they're pretty consistent. All right. So here's another one of them that looked like it had done a whole bunch, but look at that. That's just what happens sometimes. And there's another one. I mean, look at the growth it's got on it. It's got a lot of growth, but not a whole lot of root, and I didn't break none off. I mean, I'll show you. I mean, this is just the way I'm doing it here, and it's happening. Get this one potted up real quick. They'll just maybe finish rooting out in here because they're going straight in the underneath shade protection. Try to pick one here. It ain't got no roots coming out the bottom of it. The ones that's got roots coming out the bottom of it haven't seemed to been that way. But I've had a couple of them off and on like that. And it's just, I mean, this one here's got more than what most of them. And some of them got quite a bit, as you've seen, but some of them don't. They're just kind of, just now, kind of getting going. So it's a little bit, you know, it's kind of a mixed bag of results. Guess you could have left them in there longer, but I mean, they look like they're growing out of their mind to me. So to me, they needed to be up potted. And that's just, when it's time to up pot, you got to up pot. And in a situation like this, you kind of just whatever you get's whatever you get, because you got to do them all. See, there's not much root on there for all that growth. Ain't that crazy? I don't know, after seeing that, it kind of, as long as they've been in there, I get way more root out of the fig pop in the same amount of time. This is, I believe these were the Hormadin 2s. It's still got some Hormadin 3 and some dip and grow to do. Same way, there really wasn't that much root on there. And they're rooted, but and I think in them other pots, there's just more surface area, you know, for it to kind of grow. So maybe the downside, let's see here. We're gonna bring our Hormadin 3s over. They'll be the next ones we do. Hormadin 2 and 3 really probably seems like had the best. Hormadin 1 had decent root structure too. So I'm a little bit, you know, biased towards, I think I just want to use Hormadin. I mean, that nurse got so many, you can see the roots falling out. See, when they're rooted like that, that's perfect. But they're just not always rooted out like that. If they would all root out like that, then that would be ideal. So it'll be interesting to see just how many of these go on and finish growing in these pots. Here's one that ain't got much growth on it. No, nada. It's not rotted. It just needs to be restuck. And we'll try to give it a chance somewhere else. Here's another one. Yeah, see, heck, it's falling out. And it ain't rotted. It's still viable. Just gonna need to restick it in them other pots. Go again, same thing. It's got just a little bit of root on it. I'll go ahead and try to pot it up in this. Maybe it'll live, maybe it won't. The mothers I'm going to put up in some of those smaller pots down there that I've already got set up. We'll put them in there. Now here's one. It's pretty obvious that it has plenty of root. I'm going to try not to tear up any root. I'm just going to shove it up in that hole. Got shoved up into the bottom of it there. That won't hurt nothing. It's got plenty of root on it. Oh yeah, it's got roots hanging out the end of it. When it's got roots hanging out the end of it, you know you're all right. But it means it usually has some roots in it. It didn't have nowhere else to grow, so it growed out. I'll definitely try these another round, and we'll see how they do. I'll probably just use them in the house, because you really got to monitor their water level, because you're going to be watering them pretty quick. I think I probably started watering them at about 3 weeks. They was dried out, too dry. So I just bottom watered them, because this is a real easy tray to bottom water. And you can even watch how deep you get it, because these don't touch the bottom. So it'll just wick it up. It doesn't get them over wet. That's kind of the one thing that I liked about it. If you don't overfill it. And to be honest with you, that I may have had too much water in it from time to time, and that may have been why some of these didn't root better than what they did, because they had access to too much moisture. I'm okay with resticking that, but it's not rotten. We ain't got 40 total yet that's made the cut. That's not very good numbers overall for it. There it is again. And there's got some root out hanging out here. Maybe that's a good sign. Not very much, is it? Same thing. There's nothing on the end of it. Yet it's perfectly fine. At least the cutting's still viable. I guess that's a good thing. Same thing. Yep, still good. Don't look great, but I mean, I may be better off just, you know what, I've had a lot of good luck with fig pops. They just take longer to fill up than this stuff, than those little tubes there. Them little tubes don't take long to fill up. Yeah, see, that in there's got some on it. Maybe we'll get lucky and they'll go on and grow. That's one of the reasons why you need to leave them in there and let them root out for quite a while, so that you got enough root mass that it doesn't hurt it. It's hardened off. That in there got a little dry out on it. Oh, that happens sometimes. Yeah, there's one that just had a little bit of growth on it. It's gonna get restuck in a little one. It didn't have much root on it, did it? We'll go ahead and put it in here, and hopefully it'll survive, but man, I don't know. They're pretty brittle when they're like that. All you can do is, at this point, is put them in a pot and try it. That looked good. So you'll turn around and you'll get some that look good. You get some that don't. Let's see what these are gonna look like. Can I get anything out of them? Yeah. Better put that in one of those little pots. Same way. Yep, that really don't count either. So, out of the 98, we only got 40 trees to put in our 4x9 pots. And then we have another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, that we've got 9, 10, 11, 12 to re-stick. That one's no good. I'm gonna see here, how many did we already stick? We had 12, we stuck 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 18. So we have 18 out of the 98 we got to re-stick. But we only really had, you could say, 40 take, even though maybe they didn't have very good root system on them. That's less than 50%. I'm out. I said there as we was going that I would reuse it, but those are not very good numbers. And it's pretty much even as far as success and fail of which ones were, you know, what hormones did what. They were pretty equal outside of, it's pretty obvious to see that you need to use hormone versus not using hormone. Will you get some of the root without hormones? Yeah, sure. But in this sterile setting, you need to use, where we're using this peat moss and perlite, and it's sterilized, and we're having to use a fertilizer and a larvicide. We're trying to grow and produce trees. Right now, I still feel like, you know, fig pops are probably the best. I've done 1,400 fig pops, and 1,150 of them took. So for me, I'm still, I kind of like fig pops. Now I'm going to do some summer rooting in some pots. So we'll see how that goes. Maybe it works out, maybe it doesn't. But we'll walk down here and we'll have a quick look at where I'm going to be doing these others. Come in here and put these in, just re-stick them in here. I don't think these two are any good, but these ones here are. They got leaf on them. We're going to definitely stick them back in here. That's all I'm going to do for them. Maybe they'll go ahead and regrow. I don't know. Go ahead and stick these back in here. They ain't got no sign. Yeah, this one here looks, I'm going to call it dead. So there's 16, 17, 18, 19. End up being 19 to re-stick. Well, you know, yeah, I'll stick with fig pops. Sorry, cone-tainers. Thanks for watching.